Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters. Today I am going to share with you a beautiful story about the importance of helping those in need. So this story is called The Kind Neighbor. Once upon a time, in a small town, there lived a poor man. His name was Bilal. He wasn't rich, but he had a big heart. He always thought of others and tried to help them, especially his neighbor, an old woman who often felt lonely and hungry because she didn't have any family around. Sometimes Bilal noticed her coughing and sneezing next door, and he would rush to see if she needed anything. One evening, Bilal's children came to him and said, "Abba, we are hungry. When can we eat?" Bilal looked at them and felt sad because he didn't have much money. He went to the kitchen and saw that all they had for dinner was a small bowl of rice. It wasn't enough for all of them, but he didn't want his children to go to bed hungry. So he started cooking the rice. While he was cooking, Bilal heard his neighbor coughing. He stopped what he was doing and listened. She was coughing a lot. He could tell that she was in pain and didn't have anyone to help her. Bilal looked at the rice and thought about his children who were waiting to eat. He felt sad for them, but he couldn't let his neighbor suffer. So he did something amazing. He took the whole bowl of rice and went next door. He knocked on her door and said, "How are you? I brought you some food." The old woman opened the door and saw Bilal. She was so happy and thanked him. Bilal gave her the bowl of rice and said, "Eat and get well soon." Then he went back home. When his children asked him where he had taken the food, he told them, "We gave it to our neighbor because she is sick, and does auntie have anyone to take care of her?" They were so proud of their Abba. They knew that helping others is one of the best things you can do. And although they were hungry, they were happy because they knew Allah would reward them for being patient and giving to those in need. So they all prayed together and asked Allah to forgive them for not being grateful for what they had and for giving their neighbor the food. After they finished praying, Bilal went outside to see if their neighbor was feeling better. But when he went to her house, he saw a big surprise. Someone had left a bag of food at her door. It had vegetables, fruits, bread and meat. She must have received it during the night, because when he visited her earlier, the bag wasn't there. The old woman told Bilal that she didn't know who sent the food, but she was so grateful for the help. Bilal smiled and said, "I think Allah wanted to send you this food as a gift for being kind and helping your neighbor." The old woman and the children were so happy to hear that. They thanked Allah for being so good and generous. From that day on, Bilal and his children continued to help their neighbor and other people in need. They never forgot the lesson they learned that day, and whenever they saw someone who was hungry or sick, they would share their food and comfort them. And Allah rewarded them for their kindness and generosity. And that's the end of the story. May Allah bless you all and grant us the ability to help those in need and be kind to one another. Now let's all think about the story we just heard. Can you remember the main lesson of the story? What was the main lesson? That's right. The main lesson is to always remember to help those who are less fortunate than us. We should be kind and generous to others, especially our neighbors and those who are in need. Just like Bilal and his children, we should always think of others and be willing to share what we have with them. So, my brothers and sisters, let's all try our best to help those in need. Let's be kind, compassionate, and generous towards one another. And remember, no matter how little we have, it's always enough to help someone in need, and Allah will reward us for our kindness and generosity. Thank you for listening to this story today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I make videos every week about Islam and Muslims for kids, and it's all free. So please subscribe and share it with your friends. I hope you have a great week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.